All right, so use the 35 a Cisco 35 50 layer 3 switch. But you can use 50. There's 50 there too now, right? 3550. There's no 3550 there. You use since the multi-layer switch, so use it. Drop. So connect all the cables. If you change now, it's just the IP addresses. Okay, you deleted that switch. I wanted you to just put it aside. So you do a comparison, but no problems. So you see, no problems. No. I just wanted you to be like, so yes, this is the issue, or this was the issue you were having. So how it has been rectified. You understand? So the two villains, Mr. Aziz, did you do this? What happened? Like seriously? Wow. So use gigabit 0/1. Plus, you're the only one that didn't do this. You're the only one that did it. Yes. Yeah, use 0/0. So to automatically disconnect. All right. So now let's access. Just close this. Close this. This one. No, this one. Go on again. All right. Terminal. Yeah. He does hit enter. Hit enter on your keyboard. Just hit enter on your keyboard. Yes or no? So do yes and do no. Hope it, yes. So yeah. I didn't get. Is bringing the same yes or no? Yes or no? No, you should. Probably you can see. Just click on enter. You should. I've not encountered it. I've not experienced it. So yeah, enable. So just go ahead with the configuration. So assuming you've done this, you just see where we are heading to because here I encountered a different issue. So they got it. They didn't like till they got like 85% of it. So the two networks still couldn't communicate after the configuration. So we're trying to resolve it. So one thing I got to when I was reviewing, I think Mr. Desmond, I had to use layer 3 switch, right? So for encapsulation to work. So it didn't work on layer 2 switch, so it was on layer 3 switch. So you just go ahead and establish this. Eh? I look up. So just go ahead and use your Cisco packet tracer. You just join. We are doing it together. He's by your side, so he would assist you. So we are doing it together. So we need to just finish this up. Then we'll move to now. You see that assignment made you start. It's like he's just configuring. In fact, the way you were assessing, I wasn't telling you anything. Right? Remember last Saturday, you were like you almost forgot everything. But when he had to practice, I think he was I think the second person that submitted. Yeah, so he had to practice and so he knows what to do. Right? I don't need to do I need to come in? Alright, so but let's just be talking with us. Alright, so because of we are recording the script, so in case you need to review the video later, so you'll be talking as you're configuring, or I'll be saying what you're doing. So what do you want to do now? No, 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 don't assign. You've created VLAN, right? So give it a name. This is VLAN 10. Yes. Did you set up enable secrets? Where is enable secrets? Okay. Line console, right? So that's fine. Straight up. So just VLAN 10 or VLAN 10 or VLAN 20, anyone. So give it a name. Any name. There must be there must not be space, so there must be hyphen. Is there hyphen? After the audit, is there hyphen? After audit, is there hyphen? It will not work. So leave it now. So IT audit. So VLAN 20, give it a name. Like master. What do you want to do? Just tell me. You want to attach ports to VLANs, right? So let me approve into the session. This is a hard one. The simple speaker. Okay. What are you trying to do? Okay, I'm trying to create. Right. So why is doing this all over again? Is because we had to. Yes. No, no, no. What we did last week was just because we did it together. So the task was to do it all over again, do all over again, and a different scenario, a different scenario. No, no, a different scenario. Because if I say just add, everybody will just get it. So I want like refresh your you get so, but he's getting it actually. So there is already a guide and explanation. So the guide too, there's the configuration guide, and there's also an explanation. So now, so he's trying to attach, okay, port 1 to port 4. Is it port 1 to port 4? 1 to 6 on VLAN. So that means 7 to 12. VLAN what? I wish we've all done this. You will just only be following up. Mr. Aziz, what happened now? You didn't do it. What happened? It was on Tuesday, the Monday. Right, so he has attached 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to VLAN 1. Still leave us there now. No need. I'll explain. We'll come back here. So the other one. So you move your mouse so in case they are reviewing. So what's this risk audit? Right. So 7, 8, 9. So remember the essence of VLAN, like we explained in our last session. Right. So this is just it's similar. Right. So we are segmenting local area networks. So we don't want different. We don't want in a local area network. We don't want okay. We are segmenting local area network. So IT like IT audits separately, procurement, risk audits separately. So we are trying to segment the. So we don't want this department to be communicating to each other. So probably for security reasons, or yes, even though we are trying to, there are some confidential files or documents or activities going on in a particular department. We don't want other departments to be seeing it. So that's one of the essence of VLAN. And it helps us to manage the network. Remember, we say it's working like a router. So VLAN, which is or which is being or which is configuring on the switch, works like a router. So in the sense that we are creating logical networks. That's the that's it. So now the two VLANs has been created, right? So I want what you do now. You've not configured IP here, right? You've not done interface VLAN to configure IP, right? So now before you do that, so he has done no he has done show VLAN, right, to show us what has been configured. So now let's see your IP address here on this one. It's still there. So now you configured manually. So now let's run a ping to this guy, run a ping to this other guys. No, ping these two, they're on the same VLAN, right? This laptop 01 and 2, they're on the same VLAN, right? Why the ones here by the right, they're on a different VLAN, right? So ping within, then ping the other opposite devices, any of the opposite device. Responding, right? So the other one, you know the IP address 192. What did you configure? 193. Okay, 192.168 two dots. Why is this one 0.12? This one 0.10. You're sure what you're doing? Please confirm which one are you wanting to ping to? Let's see. Hover your mouse on it. Let's see. Minimize. Which one are you pinging? Okay, 2.10. I was saying something like go back here again. Click on it now. Let's see. So, but 2.10, yeah, it's correct. So you know that 192.168. What's the network address for this? 192.168 dot. No, for this, what's this network address? 2.0. No, 2.0. So the other one, what's their network address? 0.0. On a norm, they are not even meant to communicate because they are on a different network. You get, they are not meant to. So the other one, the devices here on the by the left, they are 192.168.0.0. That's the network address. So the other one by the right, 192.168.2.0. Two different networks, and that's how a router should work. You see this router we are using here. If you configure, the router has two fast Ethernet ports, right? 0/0 and 0/1. Right. So if you configure 192.168.0.1 on one of the interface, right, and you now configured 192.168.0.2 on the second interface of the router will not accept it. Yes, overlap, or so it means that the router has each port of the router represents a separate network. So when you configure one interface to be 192.168.0.1, you configure the other one to be 192.168. Change the class C, change the third octet. You get, so once you change the third octet, automatically it becomes a different network. You get, so on a norm, this is working as a router with the VLAN. So, but still yet, without the routing, they can't communicate. So what we did last Saturday was we used the same one network, right? So 192.168, maybe 10.0. So we now configure 192 like that. So we now, when we did VLAN, we were still not able to communicate, right? So VLAN will not help. With VLAN, they cannot communicate. So now, why we introduce this router? Okay, the Okay, this was the switch we used this last time. Now. So the that other router is not here. So it's similar to this, right? So we introduced this router so they could communicate. Even this switch too is a layer 3 switch, right? So you can even route the VLANs, right? So but we just need this router to do the major routing because we can decide to connect multiple switches, but one switch can be connected to another switch like that. You get. So now since they can't communicate, so let's go to those interfaces of the VLAN and create IP addresses. So let's go to the interface of the VLAN. So interface VLAN what? VLAN 10. So IP space address. Normally we configure IP address. Yo, I wanted to. Okay, let me see. I didn't get you. That's guide. No, this you're configuring IP address, not a network address. What is this? Is it not 0.0? No, 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 no. What you are doing is this, right? You are trying to, you know, without IP address, the router has no network. It doesn't even know what to do. It doesn't know where to pass packets to. So you are trying to lead uh, the devices connected to that VLAN, attached to that VLAN, not even the ports now. You know, the one by your left, they are VLAN 10, right? So those devices, when you are going to the router, you are going via this IP, right? So the router too will use that IP to route them. The, yes, to route them. So it's like their interface, I mean their gateway, no, to the device, the computers here. So we need a protocol, an IP identifier on that VLAN, interface VLAN. There's no IP address. Assuming we are not trying to do routing, we don't need that, right? So with what you have, VLAN is settled. So but now we want to route them. You get, so that's why we need so this is it here. So all of this description, so you can add them. So here we gave 0.2, right? You just do 0.2. So erase everything. You're not configuring, you can't configure a network address in a, except you are doing routing, IP routes. That's when you indicate network address. So this is, you are configuring IP address. So it's going to continue now. Okay. This is spelling of description. All right. Yes, configuring from the laptop zero. No, not laptop zero. The device that is connecting to the switch via console cable. I think this thing is on now. Is on now. Eh? 0.2 years. So the subnet mask. That's all. Then you do no shutdown. Eh? You can configure that, but that's not best practice. Because it's just like what we did last. This switch was here. Because we are simulating it, doesn't mean that how do I configure this switch? I'll need the computer to be connected to the switch, like for the first time. Right, so after we have done the initial configuration, then you can now tell net or SSH into the switch. Like these other computers can now SSH and do the net or other remaining configuration. So, but from here, you can just double click and go to CLI, start configuring. It will still work, but that's not that's not best practice. You understand what I'm saying now? You need to connect to the console ports using the management cable to the console cable. You add another PC there. Yes, that's what you will do. I don't know how he did it, but he has configured this before. So what we did then, What you sent to me, you used a 29, you used a layer 2 switch. So now we are changing to a layer 3 switch. We changed to a layer 3 switch because of I later discovered that encapsulation cannot be configured. Encapsulation.1 cannot be configured on a layer 2 switch. It can only be configured on a layer 3 switch. Okay, so that's why I had to change the switch. From 3, you know that is a series. If it's layer 2, you see 29, 20 something, 20. If it's layer 3, you see 30, 50, 35, 60, like that. Or you see multi-layer switch. Yeah, what did you say? Yeah. Right, so we're using the same IP that we had there, right? So 2.2, enter. Do you do no shutdown? Right, so no shutdown. So no, just do no shutdown. Just do no shutdown. Just no shutdown. That's all. So that's fine. So what other thing again do we have to be configured? That's no, not the router yet. So you've done all this now, right? Encapsulation.1, that's the next one. So and the spanning tree that was set. Right. So now, so this is the, you can see all of the explanations too, they are here to guide you just in case you're working. Right. So, but here now, this aspects. So the mistake for my end was this. But when it was sent to me, the mistake for my end was okay, the switch first. This was correct, but the wrong, we're configuring on the wrong switch. Right. So now we need um we need go back to the diagram. Let me explain this. This trunk to the router. Go back to the diagram. To the diagram. See, this is a trunk port. Move your mouse there. Just indicate. Right. So this is a trunk. No, no. That's port what? Port gigabyte 0/1 that is connected to the router. Right. So that's a trunking port because it's connected to the router. So if you have another switch here, but in some local area network, right? So they will have switches connected together. So if it's not connected to a laptop, it's a trunking port. So that's where we have VTP. So it's another way for switch to switch to switch just related to VTP. So now we need to tell this switch that you are connecting to the router. You are a trunking port. You push packet to put. That's where VLAN passes through, right? So that's what we need to configure. If we don't do this, right? So even before coming to the router, that's why you saw that. So that's the next thing before coming to the router. So the packets coming, the VLAN packets or the various packets from the VLAN, the VLANs from, you know what I'm saying, right? So the two VLANs, yes, from the VLANs, right? So when they leave there, they want to get to the switch. We are trunking that port, right? So that's where we now do the encapsulation. So we are making them to go through maybe a tunnel. Yes, so this is where you are going to. So that's why we are going to trunk that port. If we don't trunk the port, it will still be open as if it doesn't even, it will not work like a switch because switch on a norm, switches are hardware based. Switches are they work like switches. So now, if you want the switch to pass packets or have some functionality of the router, so these are some of the things we are doing. That interface VLAN to configure IP. Without that, we can't configure IP address on the switch. You get, so now we want to pass packets, right? So on a norm layer 2 switch, we can't do encapsulation. You said you tried it now. If you have done it, you discover that it will not work. It will not. Even Mr. Desmond told me, I said, no, don't worry, just leave that and continue. Because he tried it, say it didn't work. So now let's go on with the next configuration. All right. Yes, yes, the router. So the router will route them. Yes. No, 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 no. No, no, no. The trunk is just like you have a trunk now. Right here. You now channel all the cables will pass through that trunk. So we want everything to be channeled to that trunk. So all the VLANs, please come here. There's a router on a stick. that guy that the router is on the stick. So that's the term, right? So come through this trunk. If you don't trunk that port, you are not directing them. You are not channeling all the VLANs. That's what we're trying to do. So now that doesn't make them the VLANs to communicate. Devices in the VLANs, different VLANs to communicate. Is the one we'll be doing here, right? What we'll be doing here that will make the devices or the VLANs to communicate. You get so that's what I'm saying now, channeling all the VLANs to pass through. You are telling them this is your route to the router. So that's the router on this. I wish he's just taking off or see this. Hold on, please. So VLANs here, VLAN, hold on. Go back to that. VLANs here, VLANs here. So when you are going to the router, we have to trunk this port. Please be encapsulated. Go through this tunnel or go through this path. If we don't trunk that port, it will just be open. Yes, to the router on a stick. To the router. Yes. So now the router will now come back. Router, when you're also going to trunk this. So when the router will now come back, when you do the necessary configuration on the router, right? So you will now route this to will now route the two. So it's still coming back here. It is vice versa. It is going in and going out. So what's um the VLANs that it goes here, you trunk that port. If you don't trunk them, you don't know, they don't have a path. So when a packet is coming here, it goes through that trunk. So right. So then you only this because we can have like four VLANs and we only routing two. You get. So normally what we would have done was to even have like three VLANs or four. Like I was saying the other day. The other day we just only have we had to we can have four VLANs created and we only decide to route two. Can only decide to route two. So why are we even having creating two VLANs and now routing them? So there's no need for the VLAN. Do you understand? So, but if we have like three or four, that's okay. For now, let's make admin or IT. What's your department? IT audit and risk audit to communicate. Then admin and others they shouldn't communicate. So for a reason, or maybe a printer is connected to one VLAN, right? So you want them to use that printer. Printer can be connected to a VLAN or even this router here, right? So this router via one of these ports, right? So be connected to. We can even do that, right? So we can connect one VLAN, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for VLAN 10, right? So you can call up a router and attach one of the. You are not connecting it to the. If you connect it to this port, you are creating another network. You connect it to any of these four ports. This router is also there, it's also here. So if you connect it to any of these four ports, right? You are extending the VLAN now. People can connect wireless. A printer that has wireless functionality doesn't have the network port and network cable can still be on that VLAN. So this is providing wireless port. So now what will you do here now for this guy to be on the same VLAN or for it to communicate? So what we'll do now, since this one they have 192.168.0 dots, so that means we will change this IP to be 192.168.0 because by default, this comes with its own IP, right? So we're only just going to change this IP, the IP on this. This is bridge. All these ports are bridge. Okay. Call up the router. Let's see. Call up this router. Let's connect it. So you see what I'm talking about. This is the wireless router. So just go to your right. You see the wireless router, or look for it. Um, there. Look for it. This is it. That's it now. Yes, click on it. Click on it. So click on the router. Just click on it again once. Also done. Alright, so you see it's the same thing. This one is the one we have on our other packet tracer is the same with this one. So click on zoom in. Click on zoom in. Is this zooming? I wanted it to be. I wanted it to be. You can see now, this is a different. We are not connecting that port here. We are not connecting. uh So all of these four ports, they make use of one IP, right? So if you connect to this router wirelessly, you will get the same IP that this port has. So now close this. Let's connect one cable. You have so connect one cable now. So connect your switching cable to from the switch. Yes. So this one. If fine. Now if you hover your mouse on this, just place your mouse. Don't click on it. Just on the router. Just place your mouse on the router. You see that it has 192. It's not showing here. Okay, 192.1 says 0.1. It's even I think it's the same on the it's the same is in line with what you are having. So, but if you want to change it now, right? So we'll just use a laptop and connect to this and configure, or you bring in you call up a wireless PC, scan this wireless router, just like when this one is up, you scan, you see the SSID, just like what we did. See the SSID now connect. Once you connect, enters the password. Do you have any wireless PC? So it's what I'm talking about. So instead of I don't know where that wireless PC is. Come here. On this place using the advanced one. So check here. It's not here, right? I don't think so. No. Just come here. No, just hover your mouse. Don't click. The next one. Come here. Click on it. Click on this one. No, it's not there. I'm not really seeing the icons very well. Yeah, this is it. Wireless, yeah. So it will connect automatically. Just like our laptop now would. We use scan will connect. But because there's no security here, that's why it's connecting. So try to access it now from here. So go to desktop and see your IP first, IP configuration. So let that router that's automatically giving this guy an IP address. You get on a norm, most times you see it on static when you bring it to DHCP. So the essence of this router, another thing we can bring in, connect this router to our VLAN is we want IP addresses to be assigned automatically to devices that will be, the VLAN is physically just 4 ports. I mean, 6 ports on the switch, right? So this one will provide multiple connections wirelessly. Multiple devices will connect to that VLAN wirelessly. That's what this guy should do or we do. Understand? So now let's see. Just close this one. Now access the router. Access the router. No, no. Close that one. Browser. We already have 0.1. There will be conflict, though. Right? We have 0.1 now. This one is 0.1. You gave interface VLAN 192.1 says 0.1 now. Right, so type 0.1 here. Yes, one of the VLAN. Right, so if you change that from 0 dot, it's on a different network. So admin. Right, so this is where you change the IP. So instead of 0.1, maybe you give it 0.200. You can give it 0.200. Right. So if you want to no scroll up, don't do it too fast, right? So if you want to enable DHCP, enable DHCP, disable DHCP, and you can use them. It depends. It depends on devices that will be connected because the password will not be given to everyone. It depends on devices, right? So scroll down. So I think that's all for this aspect. So you can see the range of 100. If it's giving out IP addresses to be 100, 101, 102 to 150 or 151, if I'm not mistaken. So scroll up now. And we gave it 100. It's still not. It's still fine. right? So, and now, like I gave it 200, if you want to access it next time, it will be 0.200, right? So now, before you click on apply, before you click on apply, minimize it. I don't want you to apply it yet. So take this up a little, then bring 2 or 3 computers and connect to this. Bring 2 or 3 computers and connect. The one that's not the one that uses cable. So just bring 3 more computers and connect. I think it's this one. Yeah. So scroll to your left. Just come to your left. Yeah. So they should be connected to the router via cable. So just connect to them via cable. This one you have to come to JCP, so it will give you IP address. Have you got an IP address? Right. So what next? Just do the same thing. You added 2 computers, right? So they will get so it's a router that is so if you add printer to wirelessly, you connect printer wirelessly. There's a printer here too. If you want to connect printer, there's a printer here to connect the printer wirelessly. We are setting up a network under VLAN. We're extending. So what is going on here? These guys, the other VLAN, they don't even know what's going on. If we attach our server here, they can't see what is going on. If they use Wireshark, they use EtherIP, EtherCap, they won't see what's going on in our network. There are 2 different networks on the LAN. Right? So what will make them to now see what is going on if they want to have? So because it requires a technical person too, right? So you say, okay, now let's see. They might if they have a public IP address, fine, then we'll know what to do. But if there's no public IP address, it's another thing, right? So since it's a one organization, there's a way we can always want to tap, just like we will tap wire and we tap electricity. So let's tap. They will begin to extend the network. Right. So now there's something here. I'm heading somewhere. Just close this now. So let's close this. Yeah, close that one. So we come back to that one you are using to access it. You're accessing it using 0 dots. And you change the IP, right? So now, okay, before you do that, put your pointer here. Just put your pointer here. 0.1. Right. So closed. I've confirmed. So now come here. So access, click on it now. Click on the computer. So save this. So now, if you want to set DNS, but if you ask me, right, I would prefer the switch doing the DHCP. We can configure DHCP on the switch. If you ask me, let the router just be doing wireless connectivity. It has its own advantage because we can do set up DHCP pool on the switch on the VLAN interface VLAN. Then we'll set up DHCP. We do shift question mark. You see the command so that let the router let the switch be the primary DHCP server or device that serves or issues IP address automatically instead of the router. Yeah, eh? Yes, yes. On the VLAN, yes, you can configure the switch. So, but the router should be allowing devices to connect wirelessly. That's one of the. So as this guy now, this laptop, I don't know if it's 8 or 9, it's having his IP address, which is still fine, right? So if the switch issues IP address automatically, all the computers will be their gateway, right? But if the router issues IP address automatically, these routers be their gateway. You get. So it doesn't mean that they will still not communicate. They will still communicate because the major thing that has been routed is the network from this, right? So, but we want everything to be pointed to the switch, and so from the switch straight to the main Cisco router. This is a modular router. The one up here is a modular router. Why this one is a wireless router? So now save this and refresh. So save this. So if you want to access the router next time, you type 192.160.0.200. So if you no scroll up, just scroll up. It's that saved, right? So just try to access it now. You can't. Or erase only this one. Just stop, leave it with one. You cannot access it anymore. Hit enter. You can't. Why? Because the IP has been changed. That's the default. So that's why I was telling you. All these guys here, they make use of one IP. 192.160.1. Now we change it to 0.1 and I want to access it. If it's connected to this router, if I change this bridge IP, he will not be able to to have access or communicate to this router if he's using 0.1 or to use this. So all of these guys now, they are on the same network, whether they are connected via cable. The reason why I say you should bring this, you see that the ones that are connected via cable, the ones that are connected via wireless, they use the same IP. So it doesn't matter. Right. So, but if this IP, you can see we attach it to this port. So one of these ports, I don't even care if it is port 1 or 2 or 3 or port 4 of the on the wireless. You get. So, but they use this one IP. So what matters is that the VLAN 10, right, which is 192.160.1 or 0. I don't know, I can't recall. So it should be the same IP or it should be on the same network. Or the IP will be configuring here. If this one is 192.160.10.1, the interface VLAN 10, and you now configure 192.1.0.1, they can't communicate. If you are connecting it here, they can't communicate. So you have to configure the same IP address that you have here. And if the switch is doing DHCP, the router should not do DHCP because we can't have two DHCP devices on the same channel. You get. This switch cannot be doing DHCP. Why the router is doing DHCP? It doesn't make any sense. You understand? So that's why I say we should just bring this. So the same thing applies. Alright, so okay, let's go on. So just okay. Alright, so you can go on after we are done with this, you can go on to extend. I'll tell you what you do here. Right, so you bring in printer, there's phone, there's tablet, other devices you can bring. So let's just go out of this now. Right, so let's just route the VLANs. So what were you doing before? What were you doing? IP on, okay, you've not trunked it yet, right? So interface gigabits 0/1. Which one? No, no, no need. Any need? No, no. Okay. All right. Just click enter. Console password, right? All right. So just /1. That was what. So you can confirm. So let everybody see it. Just come here. No, what you are doing. So let carry us along. Right. So he's trying to configure, or he wants to enter into this interface 0/1 gigabit 0/1 port that is connected to the router. So he wants to configure encapsulation, IP address, and the trunking. So that's what he wants to do now. You get. So I don't think you're configuring IP. It's just encapsulation and IP and encapsulation and trunking. 0/1 enter. So description. So just give it description. Even on the Cisco router, so you can also describe a port. So the essence of this description is If I'm not on seat, right, so and Mr. Bolaji is on, so when he accesses the router, it just says show start or show run. Right, you will see there's a description on each port. This port is one connecting to main one. This port is not like it's compulsory, just to guide or tell whoever is on that router or working on the router at that moment. Because before you do anything on any Cisco device or any device, you have to review configuration, and sometimes you have to review logs. Not that you will see logs, because sometimes like the event logs, why it's good to review logs, right? So at times someone did something 2 days ago, you are just coming in, you never know the effects of what that person did. You have to check log to see before you do your own. And if you don't check log, you just go ahead and configure, or you pull out logs, go ahead and configure. At the end of the day, if something happened, they'll say now you, and you too, you didn't even know that it has been done by someone else before. So now let's see uh Gok mode encapsulation. Just press your tab key. You don't need to type. So dot one q switchport strong encapsulation dot one q. Right. So what next? Huh? Switchport mode strong. So without this, see now, changing interface down to up. So it will initialize. That's one of the major things. Everything that he has been doing, the major thing he did is this switchport mode form. Without that one, the VLANs can't be hacked. Right. So what's the next thing to do? So spanning tree, just hit enter. It's there now. All this one is also for security. If you scroll down, so those important points like the encapsulation and the spanning tree, I have to explain there so that when you are going to, I know we didn't talk about that one. When you even configure the spanning tree, you see the description. Okay, this is the description of it. Right. So what next? It's fine. We are not using that port again for something else. No, 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 don't worry. Just say exit. Say exit. So do right. So save this configuration. All right. So now go to the router now. So what we are doing on the router is not much, but stay here. Stay here. There's a mistake here. So there's one mistake I spotted too. Right. So scroll like up. Continue. All right. So now see this was the mistake. This was the mistake. Right. So this is meant to be 10. This is meant to be 20. So it depends on your VLAN. So I would have indicated that 0.1, it's that one, it signifies the identity of your VLAN number. These two here identity is your VLAN. So you created VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. So this one here should be, this one is supposed to be 10. This one should. So this thing we are doing now is to route them. Right. So it's just to route them. So now go ahead and configure everything you have here. And another thing again, there's no shutdown here. I don't know if you did no shutdown in your interface. F0 stand, did you do it? Hmm? Right, so let's go ahead. Because there's no shutdown here. No shutdown. Even though physically, right? So we're just configuring setting up VLAN. But no shutdown is very important. On the physical interface, that router is not here. That interface of that router, we have to do no shutdown before we even configure sub interfaces. So that's where the traffic is coming, or is the cable is connecting physically. You saved your configuration, right? So just hit enter. Of course, so either you need to scroll down or you close this one. You can open it again. So hit enter now. Okay, you've not saved anything. I thought you wasn't all this one you're working on. What you sent to me wasn't all this. You didn't save that. I mean, you didn't save your conversion. Okay, you didn't put password. All right. That's what I'm saying. I didn't say any password prompt. So enable. All right. So show start. Show start lesson. Start. So what did you configure? What have you not configured? What have you configured? So spacebar. Let's see. There's nothing here. Interface F0, no IP address. So he has configured duplex. Okay, speed. Which one did you configure here? You see, it's shut down. So we have to make this shut down. We have to. No. By default, it's shut down. So you have to do no shutdown. So hit your space bar. Okay, look at what you did here now. Interface F0 slash 0.1 0. So what you will do now, interface F0 slash 0.1, what you do now, say no IP address and then shut down. No, you first of all go into interface F0 slash 0. This interface of the router, you can move your mouse. So in case you are reviewing the video, you know, understand. This interface F0 slash 0 that is connected to this switch. This port, right? So you do no shutdown on this port. Then the sub interfaces that you created that are linked to the VLAN, right? So you shut them down as well. You say no IP addresses. So you now create a new sub interfaces to the interface F0 slash 0.10. No, 0.0.10. The last, yes. So the next one will be interface F0 slash 0.20. So let's do it now. So spacebar and let's I would assume we should just even delete the just bring up a new router. That will be faster. Instead of doing this. Yes, just close this one, yeah. So move just the cable. Say no. Cancel. Delete this one now. Yeah. Click on it again now. The cable. Cancel. Go to delete again. Just this cable. Just this cable. Thank you. So then this cable as well. So bring in another router. No. Put it one side. You just come here and look for a cable. I mean a router. The same router that you have here. So 2621, right? 2621 XM Cisco router. So connect this. F0 slash F0 slash 0. So that's fine. So now connect this to the RS232. If you had if you did yours now, so this is the aspects now that you'll be doing now, this router aspect. Okay, you still have to reconfigure this, but we change the switch. You still have to reconfigure this because you change the switch. So configure terminal. So exactly what we have there, interface F0 slash 0, no shutdown. Right. So let's see the guide. So duplex auto and speed auto. So these are the two things. Yes, if you want to, but it's not really needed. You are not configuring no IP. If there was IP address before, then there shouldn't be IP address. Just configure. Just say no IP address. Say no IP address. So do everything that you have. Just the same thing that you have there. Okay, I made the correction. Let me share it. I had to edit it early this morning. So let me share it again. This is correction. Eh? I didn't get you. Yes. So let me just reshare. Yeah. So you see the new one I sent. I made the correction. I just sent it now on that document where we have one and two. I had to add if it's your. It has to be your VLAN. You'll see where I indicated it. So scroll down. So I had to make this one switch. There are three switch. You can see here now. So eh, the updated one. So scroll up. So there are some things that I had to edit. Right. So this one here added indicate gateway. Before I didn't put gateway, but normally we should because it was Mr. Desmond that even made me. He asked, should we add? I say yes. If we should add gateway. So I think yeah, I think he asked me. I told him yes. Right. So then the other one again is the switch that we did because of that encapsulation. So scroll down now. You see the router has okay. Scroll up. There's this one. Okay, down. Sorry, just come down. Come down. Come down. Yeah. So the dot 10 here is for VLAN 10 created. You get so I have to indicate this so you know. So in case because some people like he said he went to YouTube and he checked online. He watched so many, he still could not understand. So there's certainly information that will be hidden. That sometimes you watch YouTube like 20 times or even you might not even understand. So sometimes is those little something like this. But nobody will tell you that it has to be your your VLAN ID. Oh. Nobody will tell you. But when I was looking it again, I said, okay, let me just add this. This to guide you. Yes, yes. If yours is 20, if yours is 30, if yours is 40, you put dot 20 or dot 30 or even dot 100. Yeah. Sub interface. Yeah, so is we're trying to route the VLANs. Yeah, so we needed that IP addresses. Without IP address, router can't do anything. So speed auto, right? So now we are going to go that's all now, right? So interface F0/0 dot 10. Enter. Enter. So what next? IP. Are you in the meeting? Yeah. Anybody join? Oh, this tradition is here. Yeah. No need for the dot one queue. Okay, native. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I want us to remove do encapsulation dots on the switch. You configure the encapsulation right on that gigabyte 0/1. So do encapsulation dot one to shift question mark. Shift question mark. Let me see. So just indicate the VLAN ID. That's 10, right? That's all. Enter. So now going to the other sub interface. That's the last one, right? Oh, oh yeah. So configure the IP address. Hmm? Yes.
I've got the switch. Just started
Don't call me. I didn't get you.
I'm trying to configure the switch.
Hmm.
So it's telling me to enable password. I've already put on my passwords. Um, just brought out this thing. Just send
No, no. Is what? What did you do? Did you do show something?
no, not the initial
At,
anything.
all these all these things. Why are they coming up?
That's what I'm saying.
It's just showing you status of. It's not like I don't think you did anything.
I just connected it. Then I connected the RS2. Then I just entered this place.
How
Just
did you
started
come here?
showing
It was changing states of. Then it was just showing us stuff that you just hit enter. Better you do show start. Let me see what you do. You show start. So, Mr. Hmm? So, what did you give this one? The interface VLAN 10. What did you give it? 0.10. Give this one 0.1. There's no 0.1 yet, right? And we'll change the wireless to the 0.100. So there's no 0. So use 0.1, enter. So what next? That's all right. That's all now. Right. So if you decide to do that one, fine. Right. So most of the times when you are no NAT, we have static NAT, dynamic NAT, we have paths. Right. So the essence of NAT is to masquerade IPs. Right. So but for this case, I don't think it's necessary. We are using one flat network address. Right? So what we are doing, right? It's when you say there's IP out inside, there's IP out outside. It's just like this router you see here, this wireless router. Assuming the how do I explain this now? That Cisco router there has two ports. Okay, let's use this one now. This port, right? This port is for internal. This port is for external. So this one takes us out. This one brings packets or traffic in, right? So if you are configuring IP NATs on this one, so you can now say interface, as mean is when we went to do 0.200, interface F0 slash maybe one or no intermediate 0 slash one. Then when you go into inner, I'm just trying to explain this. Then because this one is coming in, you say IP NAT inside. So for this one, you say IP NAT outside. But we don't have outside here. It's only inside. Yes, so there's no port that takes traffic out. Yes, and I don't think there's a need. Yes, no, assuming apart from that, assuming there are two different network addresses, it will still be fine. But there's no need for it to still work. Yeah, the option should still work, right? So it should still work. We'll try it then. So what are you doing next? Eh? What are you doing? Is it? Yes. Go back to that. You are doing something. You are doing something wrong. Go back to the. Just type interface shift question mark. But instead of doing that, you just exit. Shift question mark. So exit. You're already in that sub interface. Just exit. So interface F0 slash. Did you no, do interface again. Interface. Go into this. Create another one. Interface F0 slash 0.0.20. Enter. Enter now. So configure this one. encapsulation. That one, did you configure encapsulation? Alright, so it will be encapsulation dot 1q20. Yeah, I think there's even still a mistake on that document sef. But it depends on the VLAN. So if you understand your VLAN, so you know what to do here. So this is meant to be 20, not 10 if you are following that guide. 2.2, thank you. 255, yes, 2.2 now. Or 2.1. Thank you. Okay, I thought it was 2.2. So 2.2, I mean 2.1. No, you already have 2.2. 2.2 will work. It's not point, it's dots. Computers. I don't understand. You gave this one. What's the interface VLAN on this one? 0 dot 0.2 to 2.2. Right, so let that one be 0.1 and let on the router 0.1 and 2.1, like what you're doing. So it's fine. So the computer set can be 2.10. Okay, okay, it's fine because yeah, yeah, because what in in some organizations, the IT guys, like the GRUCs, right? So sometimes they give us these standards or the principles or abide on. So, but as the IT guys, not everything they will let us know. We want interoperability, efficiency, we want ease of management, like our devices. I can say, okay, instead of we are using a class IP address, right? A class network address. So 1 to 10 will be for server, 11 to 20 should be for printers or maybe external devices. So you can decide to do it that way. So it will help you, just like what he was saying. It will help you when you are managing your networks or devices. So yeah, I think that's all now. So do right. Just pass packets. Delete everything. Delete everything. So pass packets. Do it again. Do it again. Now come here. Let's see their gateway. Did you configure gateway? So configure gateway now. IP configuration. So let it be the router's gateway. Let it be the router 192.168.0.1. So give all this one 0.1, this one's 2.1, they are gateways. So this is another aspect. You see, the one we did that day was just like fundamental. So that's why in that document, one I shared now, I had to add gateway. Gateways are the devices. Because so if we do this one, if it doesn't work, then we'll look at we'll do show start on the VLAN. I mean on the router. You've not saved the router configuration yet, right? Do right on the router. 2.1. Do it again. Hold on. Come here. Just place your mouse there. 0 dots 10 2 dot 10. Do show stats here or show stats on the switch. No worry, just click on this. Just click on this. Click on the switch. Just come here. So hit enter. Enter your enable secret password. Show stats. Okay. Alright. Continue. 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 Hold on. Spacebar. Continue. 192.160.2. This is 192.160.2, right? Alright, so 192.168.2.2. Spacebar. Alright. You show VLAN. Show VLAN. Alright. Spacebar. You show IP interface G0/1. IP. No, it's correct. Show. Yes, you didn't put show. I wanted you to add IP. 0/1. Alright. Now show IP space. Oh no, show interface G0/1. Alright. Hold on. Spacebar on your keyboard. Click on spacebar. Uh, Now do show IP interface brief. Show. No need for the do. Just show IP interface brief. Enter. Alright, spacebar. Hold on. Hold on. 102. So we are communicating this and this, right? This one here and this other one. Did you try this one and this other one? With this computer and the other one. Did you try it? From here to here. Alright. So you try here to here within. Eh? Alright, so no, just hit spacebar. Just hit spacebar. Continue. I want to let me view what I'm doing. I think it's on the switch now. It was on the switch. No, on the switch. Just click on the switch. We're on the switch. Yeah. So 0 2 2 2 up up. Alright, so it's fine. Now move back packet here first. Alright, so move packets from here to here, from here to here. It's communicating now. Move from here to here first. Successful. So maybe at that time it was still learning. Thank God we did not do what we want to do. Maybe we would have wanted to just check too. That's why there's nothing really, but yeah, it takes time on a norm. So that when you tried it the first time, the second time, the third time, it's also have finished the whole populating the table. So it's fine. You can run a ping, it's fine. So if we create another VLAN, even this guy is here too. By the time they connect wireless, they're able to connect. I mean, they're able to communicate with other VLANs. All right. So so let's just practice. You get. You can see some of I didn't tell him some of the things he was configuring. I didn't tell him do this because he practiced. It's practice. You get. So if you want, if you are done with this one, you say you want another one, I have them. I'll bombard you because I was see this wireless. I was going to one route, but I say no. If we keep adding, we'll go outside our program for today. Right. So let's just get this done. You understand, right? So the guide is already there. Eh? Yeah, no, I said the guide is already there. You can review. Okay, so but I think I have to even edit it. There's a part there. But it's still fine, so we should see it. Just for those that well you're just having two VLANs. Where I would want you to even try it's when you have three VLANs. Or you extend two switches. Or you connect another switch. One switch here. Then add another one. Then trunk these two points. Yes. Then you now press yeah, so you just use a crossover use this crossover cable to connect the two switches together. Since you are connecting two switches together, use a crossover. Because they are different. I didn't get that. Both. Eh? You trunk the port. You have to trunk the port. Carrying no, it's not only from system. VLANs are passing through that if VLANs will be passing through that switch port, it should be 12. That's what it is. No. No, it's the same what we configured, though, but it's not in what we. Yeah, it's the same thing. You get so let's go on. Let's go straight up to I think we were doing open source intelligence. Which one? It's not reaching where? Go come here. No, go to the computer itself. Let me see the IP. Do IP config. Do IP config. So there's something I want us to take note of, right? The gateway to matters. Oh. The gateway to matters. Yes, sir. So what's the issue? 191.0.1, right? So disable one a ping to its own within computer with site. Yes. This computer when a ping to this one. So no from the wireless to this one. That's on the wireless network now. It's on the wireless network now. What are you trying to do? VLAN 10. That's VLAN 10. No, try his own. That's like I say, use this one to communicate with this. Just one a ping. Zero dots. What's the IP? Which port is this one connected to? So let me show you something. Come here. Come here. Let me show you how you use this sometimes. Come to extension tools. Come to tools. Custom device dialog. Abi? Click that one first person. I don't think it's here. Cancel. Cancel. Come to extensions. Go back. Come to view. Let's see tools again. Right. So this one is for the drawing of palettes. So click on this draw. In case, let me just show you this one. So if you want to click this one now, select this one, say fill color. Right. So just click on this. You want to change the color. Click on it. Select fill color. So you can change. Click on yellow. There's something I want. So instead of from you can enable this so you'll be seeing the ports instead of taking your mouse there. The ports will just be there. All the ports. So that's what I wanted. But just click OK. Let me show you this. Right. So you can draw here. This one is one VLAN. But sometimes you simulate because sometimes you want to go for presentation, right? So you want to, but you or you want to present to your boss or something. You need to properly define this, right? So put the network address, and we have tests, but that's fine. So escape. The one I actually need is come to options. Just close that one. I can't recall. Come to options again. Come to options. No, leave it. Just leave it. Click outside. Come to options. Preference. Preference. Okay, yeah, it's here. Look for something ports or label. Enable cable length. No. Uh, sorry. So I think that should be it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. You can close it. You can close it. So you see all the ports. So this is G0 slash. So you begin to see the ports. So you don't have to. So let's just go out of this. So let's go to something else. Right. So it's Ahmed. We are using that's this one is packaging star 8 more advanced. So let's come to Akali.